Okay, so example 13 just takes what we just learned about these different definitions and runs through them using that still kind of confusing one-line notation. So let's break it down a little bit. Okay, for our example here, we're going to say that A is 4, which we should know is 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to say that B is A, B, C, and D. Right, so these are the sets that we're going to work with. So we're going to be doing B to the A, which means we're mapping from A to B. Remember, that's backwards. So let's say F, which is a member of B to A, right? F is going to be D, C, D, A, which, if we recall, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the order of A. So 1 maps to D. So F of 1 is D, F of 2 is C, F of 3 is D, F of 4 is A. Now, question, is that an injection? Right? Remember, an injection means that each member of the domain is mapped to at most once. Well, it can't be an injection because we see D twice here. So it's not an injection. Is it a surjection? Well, a surjection means that every member of the range is mapped to. It is not a surjection because we do not see B there, right? And if it's not an injection and it's not a surjection, it can't be a bijection, right? Remember, it has to be both. Let's take another look. Let's look at G, which is going to be B, D, C, E. And again, remember, we have, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, G of 1 is B, G of 2 is D, on yada, yada, yada. So, is this an injection? Well, we do not see any members of the domain more than once. Of the range more than once. So, yes, it is an injection. Is it a surjection? Well, we see every member of the range, right? The range matches the image. So, therefore, yes, it is a surjection. If it's both an injection and a surjection, it's a bijection. Let's do another example. Let me erase this. Let's say A equals B equals 4 underline. And let's define a function h to be. Is that an injection? Well, do we see any elements of the range twice? We don't, so it is an injection. Is it a surjection? That is, does every member of the range show up? Every member of the range does show up, so the answer is yes, it is a surjection, and therefore it must be a bijection. Because H is a bijection where the domain and the range are the same, it is also a permutation. Which makes a little more sense if we write, 1, 2, 3, 4. We see that 1 goes to 3, 2 goes to 1, 3 goes to 4, and 4 goes to 2. Right? A permutation. We've taken our original values and substituted equivalent values. We substituted equivalent values, or essentially we've rearranged it. Right? That's a permutation. All right, that's example 13. All it's doing is taking the definitions we did in definition 5 and showing them in a single line format. It's a lot easier to see, I think, if you draw it out, but single line format is how you're going to see most of these functions on the quiz. So you better get used to looking at it. If you have any questions, ask in the forum below.